What is one thing you do that is simple? It's anybody can do this. Everybody, we can all do it. And you know it makes you money, but you personally find it either grating or hard or just whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Phone calls. It is what it is for me. And so I'm going to share a hack that I just found in November.
Okay.
And this is a brain hack for me. And it has really kind of turned the corner for me. Around November, I looked at this device that never freaking lets go.
Right.
And all right, I want everybody that's on this podcast right now to do this. All right.
Okay.
We didn't,
not pre-scripted.
Tanner and I did not cue this up. Right.
Nope.
So let's just go off. All right. I want you to open up your phone. I want you to open up contacts.
Okay.
I want you to, when you get to your contacts, on the top left, there's a little button that says lists. I want you to click on that button. And I want you to look at all contacts and think about that number. Yeah. That's everybody that's in your phone right now.
2,743.
So mine's 3,430, right? Not that it's a competition between me and Marie.
I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It's 27,430.
Not that it's competition between Navy and Marine Corps, right? But right. So my number is 3,400. And around November, I looked at that last year in 2024. I looked at that and I looked at my wife and I had this realization. I'm like, how many of those 3,400 people do I actually stay in contact with? And if I saved them in my phone, surely at some point in time, they meant something to me.
Right.
But if I haven't talked, like how many years, decades probably, has it been since I've been in touch with most of those 3,400 people? And what does that say about me as somebody who purports to be in the relationship business? And, and she's looking at me and I get into these really deep kind of philosophical, theological, strategic kind of grinds in my mind. And I'll sit there and I'll just kind of go and I'll pull it all apart and I'll get really, really deep. And what happened is I looked at those numbers and that thought, and I thought, I am going to apologize to everybody in my phone.
Wow. Okay.
So I made a commitment to myself that I am going to make 3,430 phone calls this year to every single person in my phone, and I'm going to connect with them. And most of those calls are probably going to sound a lot like, I don't know. I've got you in my phone, so I'm sorry. But at some point in time, we connected, and I'm sorry that I did such a poor job of staying in touch. But let's figure out where we know each other from. And like that was going to be the timber of a lot of those calls. And they have been. Let me tell you, that has been an amazing experience. It has been so much fun.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, man. Like people are like, I have no idea. Well, Navy, no. New York, no. Real estate, no. Church ministry, well, maybe. Where? Florida? Well, did you and I, and right? So like, it's been incredible kind of connections.
Well, and then you never know when that conversation leads to, not that that was the point of the call, but, well, actually, I got a friend that's looking to buy a house, or my sister's looking in Northern Virginia right now. And like, oh, well, you never know where that conversation is going to go. So that's an interesting point, though, because, if you really think about it, I don't know, maybe 200 in there that you actively see, talk to a lot, whatever.
That's right.
Did you, to give people an idea, when you looked at your list, what was like there's 400 in here that I regularly work with, correspond with. What was kind of like your number?
Yeah. So I broke it up. And again, like, if you want to see the system on how I did this, I'll give it to you. Reach out. I build these things, not just for me, but because I know that a rising tide lifts all boats. So if you want to know how to do this, I'm happy to talk you through that. So I culled it. But to get to your point about there's probably one or two pieces of business in there. So it is today, it's the middle of July when we're talking. And I've gotten 3 closings from doing that. Just doing that. Like just having conversations of, I don't remember. Let's figure out where it is. I've had conversations with people who are like, I really have no idea where we met. I'm a regional director for the Northeast region of Keller Williams. I don't know where we would have met. I don't know how we would have connected. But then a 10-minute phone call later, she's like, I 100% want to make sure that you stay in touch with me. Please do not forget to call me back.
Wow. Okay.
Like, a regional director probably knows one or two people that are looking for a kick-ass agent in wherever you happen to be. Right.
Right.
So, yeah. So I called it I went through and I got all nerdy on it. I exported all these contacts and I put them into a spreadsheet and did keyword searches and filters and all this. And I developed 3 lists. One was SOI, like people that I knew from fill in the blank, right?
Right.
And so there was a list. And then agents was another list. Vendors was another list. So I had 3 basic lists, and then the kind of the et cetera, like, have no idea. There's no tags. There's no notes on their contact information in here. So the et cetera list. And I developed a system on how to do, I've got I know how long this is going to take me because I've systematized it. I know how long a phone call takes. I know what I'm saying on the phone call. I know how to stop a phone call without sounding like, and we're done.
Right. Well, time's up. Gotta go.
Yeah. So it's been a really cool journey, man.
And it's interesting too when you think about that task, because I assume you got a lot of voicemails on the calls.
100%.
Right. So, and then did you get people call you back and you're like, oh, that's so and so on my phone? Interesting. So and then you have that because they're calling you back, and then it's really a longer conversation.
Yeah. So, and it's part of the system. Yeah. Right. So when it goes to voicemail, you're going to get basically some format. It's going to be personalized, right? But it's going to sound like, hey, Tanner, this is Brett Korade. I made a commitment to myself and to my wife that I'm going to call every single person in my phone. And that means over 3,000 calls this year. And some of the most fun I've had is calling people that I confess, I can't remember where we met, and I can't remember why you're on my phone, but you are. So I just wanted to connect and see how you are, man. So give me a call back when you got 5 or 10 minutes to just catch up. Boop, done. And then there's a video that I text to you that kind of says the same thing, but it puts my face in front of you and my heart in front of you because it's a personal thing. It's not individual. I don't do 300 videos per day, but it's every day I'll shoot the video I'm sending to everybody. And people will call back and go, 3,000 calls? Seriously, dude? You're doing 3,000 calls? I'm like, yeah. Like, where are you at? I'm like, 1,248. You're 49.
I'm making my way through the seas, right? So it's
yeah, that's right.
That's an interesting idea, though, and especially since the proof's in the pudding. Three connections, 3 potential or 3 closed transactions from it.
Yeah,
and they're not buying $100,000 homes in Northern Virginia, so time, effort, and energy, and you do the math, and that's a great idea.
Again, play the long game.
Oh man, I love it.